Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Marcia with Mom Needs a Clone. So today I thought I would quickly go over my planner. I haven't done a video in a while, so I can't remember if I flipped through March. I don't know, but it's what, the 11th right now, so I think it's time to, oh, that's what I was gonna get. My scissors, I'll be right back. All right, to get my scissors because I have left this on here all week and did not cut it off of there. Haven't been taking my Hobonichi Weeks with me. It's been just staying at home. And I put a little thing on there yesterday and it was a little too big and I never cut it off. So there we go. Okay. Put that over here. We can chat about that. It's gonna be 2 seconds. Okay, so, oh geez, a lot more than I thought happening here. This is how my desk is 90% of the time, and I'm fine with that. It's totally fine. It's fun chaos for me. I did print some pictures. I want to try to cut this one out, like cut it around and then laminate it and use it for like a little die cut in my planner. But I just got some images off Pinterest and printed them, so that's what that is. Got a lot going on with markers. So let's see here. Well, I'll just flip through this little book. So here is my cover. Oh geez, I need to take my charms off and put something on there for spring, but I still have the cover. I just haven't been using it. I've just had these literally out. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to switch, so I've just been holding them out. Every time I put them in here, I don't know, it feels uncomfortable for some reason, so I don't know. I just took it out, but this is just that little extra notebook that I've been keeping in there. It's got all like my March stuff in the front, an extra inbox for March, some March wins, which I can actually write a little bit more in there. Grocery lists. Looks like our spring break meals or dinners. Grocery list. My garden pages. Kind of my garden setup there. And then it goes into our hiking essential list. So I'll start marking things off as we get it. I did get this little, not a pencil. I don't want to use purple either. Here we go. I got that. I've got them all in my Amazon cart. I just need to order them. I put the boys' outdoor schedule in here. I don't want to talk about this. This is today. And when we went to buy the tickets a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, it was like at the end of March, beginning of April. I was off that Monday, the 31st. I tried to go and buy the tickets. They were all sold out. So that was tonight. Actually, we were supposed to leave and jump on the road to go to Chicago. We had planned for our April date night to do the candlelight orchestra thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that around, but they were doing an R&B like tribute type of thing. It looks so cool. But yeah, we can't go. So as you see, I'm home filming a YouTube video. So next weekend is going to be our date night weekend, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. And then I looked at the schedule in like our surrounding states, Missouri and Indiana, and I don't think I looked at Ohio, but Missouri, Indiana, I don't think they had anything. They were all at other bigger or further states from us, so we'll just have to wait till it comes back around, because they do have events, but like they had Adele. We didn't want to do that one. They had Coldplay. I think they actually have Adele tonight in my town where I live, I think. And then where else did they have? They had something else, but it was nothing that interests us. So yes, date night got moved to next weekend. So we're still trying to figure out what that's going to be. More than likely it's going to be a hiking trip, because we haven't done our first hike of the year yet. So we trying to figure out what state park we're going to go to. Here's my bullet journal symbol sheet, and then it goes, so that's like the first half of the book was all March, and then I'm using the second half for April. So there's that. I just put a vellum in here and printed off this calendar from Pinterest and put it in there, and then it goes into my April brain dump and our meal plan actually for this week, and we ate everything. So we ate what we said we were going to eat, so that was good. And then it just gives me all these extra pages, so I'm going to keep this around as just an extra notebook. Let's start in March, just because I don't think I flipped through March. So let's do that, and then I'll show you my current in April. So let's go to March. There we go. Okay, so here is March. And I did the brain dump here in the front. And then you guys know I just do things like the weather. Looks like I made a little note. It was the beginning of the month, so I did a weigh-in for the start of the month, and then I checked blood sugar levels at the start of a month. And then sometimes I do my blood pressure, but like I have not ever really had blood pressure issues, but my husband is like crazy about checking his blood pressure. His mom has like pretty bad blood pressure issues, but so we have like the machine, and so I just need to get a little better with just checking it. So that's not on here, but that is an option. And actually, no, I didn't do that this month. So we have two scales. We have our standard everyday scale. My husband weighs every day, but I only weigh at the beginning of a month. Sometimes I weigh on the 15th of a month, so that'll give me 14 consistent days, and I can kind of see where I am at the midway point. Most of the times I forget. So it's usually the first of a month and then the last day, so I can just see in a month time span, how did I do with weight loss or weight gain. So yeah, and I just, kind of write what I got going on that day. Same thing here. So that's what you will see on my daily pages. It's just things that come to my mind that I want to get done that day. I will write it down, and sometimes I forget, or it's like I just make it in big print like that. When I don't have a lot to do, I'll usually take up the page by doing that. I do add in vellum sometimes. And the stickers vary. The header, as far as the date, that varies. Sometimes I write it, sometimes I use a sticker. Yeah, it just kind of varies. So I started to use my spring kit, I see, after that, since this was the week of spring break. And then the first day of spring was at the end of that week. So I was like, you know what? It's time to just use some of the spring stuff. So then I put it in another vellum for spring. And then sometimes I notate when I have migraines and foot pain. That's kind of like my pain. Sometimes I have stomach pain too. Those are like my 3 pains. So sometimes you'll see me notate that. Just if it's consistent, I'll make note of it, and then I'm kind of like aware, like what happened that I've started having foot pain, or what's happened that I'm having stomach pain or something like that. So looks like Thursday the 27th was our date night, and we actually went to this place called H Mart, and we bought some very cool, I think it's Korean. I know they have like all Asian products there, but I think it's specifically Korean type products there. And we got some cool stuff. We got like these mochi ice cream. We got this ice cream in the shape of a mango. They had a peach one. They just had some super cool stuff. We got some different foods and freezer foods and stuff. We haven't made them yet, but we did taste the ice cream. It was super good. We got some butter chips or something. I can't remember, but we spent like $60 in junk food. And then the place also has 3 restaurants and a bakery, and it has an entire food, like meat, fresh meat area. So it did smell pretty bad in there because of all the fish, but it's all fresh food. So we wanted to try that out. And then, what day is this? Oh, the 30th. Okay, so this is the end. And I guess apparently I ran out of space because I've got, what is this? Oh, this looks like a Walmart order or something. And then it's got my, I wanted to see, because I was going to get on the, okay, I told you I had 2 scales. Sorry. So the first scale is just a regular everyday scale. The second scale is like a specific, it tells you everything. Like it will say you are slightly fat. Like this scale is insane. It tells, like right now it told me that I went from being 44 years old, August 1st, to I just weighed on it April 1st. Now I'm 43 years old. So apparently I've gotten younger in the last few months. But I got on that scale so I could see my health numbers, because it breaks down how much muscle you have, how much visceral fat you have, if your upper body is bigger or your lower body. Like it is a like $500 scale that my husband got, and I only weigh on it every, I think, quarter, is what I weigh on it, so that when I go talk to my doctor, I can kind of, give a kind of a realistic, like, here's my real numbers, versus our everyday scale is kind of like you're up and down, up and down. So I don't fool with everyday weighing, but my husband does. That's just his thing. He's been doing that for probably 10 years. He's been weighing every day. So I got on that scale and the first 90 days, or quarter 1, I lost 9 pounds. And you know what's crazy about that? All of February and all of March, I kind of was whining about my weight, like, oh, I'm not really losing. Now, mind you, I haven't really done much of anything. Some weeks I was very controlled in my diet, but our treadmill broke, so I haven't really been walking other than when we walk together outside, but it wasn't consistent. Like I would walk on the treadmill, we would walk outside, we would go hiking, but it got cold. So I'm like happy with 9 pounds. If I could lose another 9 pounds this year, I'd be happy. I'd be okay. I'll take my 18 for 2025 and I'll move on to the next year. So, but yeah, so total of 9 pounds in that first 90 days. So I just put that on a little sticky note, but since I ran out of space, I put it on here, but I taped it down there. But it was also the Biblical New Year, so I just put that across here. And then, yeah, just like all the stuff I had to get done, all the chores and eye exam and everything. This was the day I was off. So, yeah, that is the end of March. And then go in April, I just, again, went to Pinterest and printed just some images and stuck them down in there. And then for April, so this book is going to be, it's not going to get me, I think, until to the end of the year. It's not. So I think it's going to get me to the end of July, because I kind of tried to tab out the months. And so what I decided to do is for April, try to do 2 days on a page to see if I can possibly save half of those pages. Maybe if I can do that for 2 months. And then in the summer, if I go to my pocket, then maybe I can get September, October, November, and December in here and have the summer taken out, because in the summer I don't work, since I work for the school district. I'm off for the summer, so I'm thinking I might be able to save some pages by doubling my days and going into a different planner for the summer, because I don't really need that stuff. And if it's any memories, they're going to go in my memory planner. So I'm not as structured like this in the summer at all. Like it's just me and my husband. The boys are home, but they're working their summer jobs. Which honestly, I would like to get a summer job at some fun place like a bakery or an ice cream shop, or just something where I can come in for like, I don't know, 8 to noon. Because when I tried to look up the secretary for the summer school program, it looks like somebody already got that position. So I'm still thinking if I'm going to work or if I'm just going to be like, no, just chill. So yes, that's how I'm doing my April. I am gonna do 2 days on a page. Now here's the funny thing about this. Look at how I'm using up all this space. But, oh, I think this one over here. Yeah, like Sunday, I've got all that on Sunday plus all of this from Sunday. But then when I look back in March, there were so many days that were wasted. Like, I didn't need to write that big or put this in the middle of the page, but I did to use up the page space and not have it just be a bunch of white space. So it's just so weird that like this has all this space here. But then when I go to split it into 2 days on a page, I actually need the space. So I don't know. But maybe that's what's helping me use it, like, because I know I don't have that much space, so I'm like literally filling it up. So I haven't done today, which let's do today. Let's write that down. I don't think I have any more stickers. I kind of been using the sticker sheets that I had out, but I honestly think I've used most of them. Yep, all of those are used. All of those. Okay, yeah, so I may have to just go with bullet points, which I am okay with. Because I don't know even where my work stickers are. Okay, let's do that. Let's make sure I'm in frame because I'm doing a lot of moving. Okay, so it's my payday today. So let's do my work schedule. I work the normal day. I worked 7 to 3:30 today. And then I went to Starbucks after work. Starbucks run after work. And then as soon as I walked in the door, I did, where's my little, come on. Oh, here we go. I walked through the door and I put in our jackets because that track meet is coming up. We're gonna need some jackets. So wash jackets, and then I also, in that same basket, I took down 1 load of clothes, and I'll just knock that out so I don't have to do a Sunday. So I washed our jackets, 1 load of clothes. I need to load the trunk. I want to make sure we take our chairs. I want my warmer and possibly a blanket. I think it's gonna be 60, but I'm not playing any games. So I'm making sure we got our jackets. I don't think it's gonna rain, so we don't need umbrellas, but our chairs, those little, I got these little warmer things, like a lap warmer or something. We haven't used it yet, but I wanna take it in case I get colds, because I've been getting cold pretty easy. And then the blanket. I gotta figure out food. The boys like, dude, you're on a collegiate team. And then they're like, Mom, can you make sure you get, because we'll have to get the Jimmy John's today in order to take it to the meet tomorrow. And I'm like, dude, like, Mom, can you bring Jimmy John's? Mom, do you have fruit? You got any peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Like, I packed this lunch for me and your dad. So now that's how they always have been. But now automatically when I pack me and my husband lunch for whatever track meet we're going to, now I just go ahead and pack like extras for the boys, even though their team has, you know, Jersey Mike's or whatever the team is eating. They need me to get them whatever, or they'll come over. Mom, I need a chair. Mom, do you have a poncho? Hey boys, I told you to pack your ponchos. Oh yeah, we forgot the ponchos. Like, dude. Okay, what else I gotta do today? Oh, okay, we gotta get some dinner. Okay, so I think tonight we're gonna have Chick-fil-A for dinner. And then we're gonna go to, what is the name of that cookie place? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but that's what my husband wants as dessert. The cookie shop. I don't remember what it's called. Insomnia. Is that right? It sounds right, but I'm not right. Just in case it's not. I think it's Insomnia cookie. My husband cleaned the kitchen already, so nobody has to do that. Okay, for Passover, I need to, oh shoot, 2 things. Number 1, I need to do that as soon as I get off of here. Pay any bills that are due. I don't think Sean has any. I don't have to worry about him until his next bill is the 20th, I think. Okay, Passover table stuff. What is the Passover table stuff? I don't know how to say it. I'm just gonna say stuff. So I've got to get my candles, the tablecloth, the place settings. Like, I need to get all that out. All right, we keep the menorah out, so that's fine. The meal plan, that's what I need to ask my husband about. He's been so busy that I've been doing a lot of the thinking by myself. But I need to know what he wants to eat. I'm assuming it's what I'm assuming, which is lamb, grilled lamb, and then some type of sauté veggie, and then unleavened bread. I'm assuming that's what we're having, but just in case I'm wrong. But he's just been so busy, I haven't been able to communicate with him about that. So I'm gonna put that down. So we'll get that squashed tonight. So that should not be an issue. And then tomorrow is Passover for dinner, is our Passover meal. And the boys have a track meet in the morning. So we got to figure out how we're going to do that, which they'll be done well before we're grilling for Passover. But yes, that is that. And then made myself a little note for Avi's birthday. It's on Sunday the 13th. And then I put this little vellum in for the next week's. But yeah, this is what I was meaning by it. Like, I tried to space out for the next few months, but I think my theory of 2-a-days, no summer, then I will have the whole year in here outside of June. I don't know if I'm gonna do June and July or June, July, and August. I feel like August should go in here just because that's when I'll be going back to work. Actually at the end of July, but I'll be going back to work, and so I need to be a lot more structured. So I probably won't want to be in the fun little pocket planner anymore. So if I could fit August in here, even if I do it like this, where I'm doing 2-a-days in August, so that I can have full days for the fall, because I'm gonna want all the fall decor in here. I still got to figure that out, because I don't want to get another book. Like, I want everything to be in here other than the summer. So we'll see. But that is my standard Stalogy, that my main planner basically. And then we have the, look, I still got March in here. We have, oh, I don't know where my April is. That's what I gotta find. We have, let's see here, March, April. There's my April, which I need to put the boys' schedule in here, even though I have it in that notebook. I feel like I need it on my monthly pages, so we'll see. But that's that. And then let's go to my weeks. Oh, let's flip through my March real quick. I was on it, and then I kind of start falling off after spring break. I haven't really been in here like that. And then since the new year was at the end of March, I put like some New Year scriptures in there. And then looks like our foods I was packing for a track meet, and then all the stuff I wanted to take. So we took the stadium chairs, the bleacher seats, the umbrella, the ponchos, the blanket, hats, gloves, hand and body warmers, and food and drinks. So that's, if you curious about what we take to the meets, that's kind of what we take. And then this is the first week of April. Me and my grandbaby went to go see the cherry blossom trees. They were so beautiful. And then this is this weekend. And actually, I hung out with Abby Thursday. I took her to get whatever she wanted. She picked a doll and some supplies and accessories and stuff with the doll. And then she baked her own cake. Like, it was so cute. But her and her mom went to Wisconsin Dells. So that's where they're at. So I won't see her till late when she gets back from her birthday. So, yeah. So that's that. But yeah, I'm still trying to keep up with, like, you know, being in this planner, but it's mostly just been my daily. I've fallen off of my biblical Hebrew studies, so I need to get back on that. That book is under here, under all this mess. So this is what I'm using for that. And then let's see here. Am I zoomed in? Okay. And then we've got my scripture writing book. Let's go to March and go from March. So here's kind of like the front decor. And then it's got the Read the Bible in a Year up here in the front. And then it's got our biblical celebrations and then just some more deco, and then it goes into the months. So there is March, and then here is April. So my theme is Walk Like Yeshua this for 2025. So I don't know why the light is like that, but that's the theme. So that's what I'm writing, unless there is a biblical festival or something. So like Purim, I will like basically like, I don't know how to say it, like I will inject those scriptures in there, and then I'll return back to the scriptures that have to do with Christ. So that's kind of what you'll see. So like here, I started working on all the Passover and unleavened bread scriptures, because that's basically what I'm focusing on, celebrating or acknowledging that during that season or days out of that month. And then I jump right back into the scripture. So haven't done May just because I've been doing those at the end of the month. I'll set it up. So, and we have no celebrations in May. Our next one is Shavuot in June. And then I think we don't have anything until what, September, October? Well, September is Feast of Trumpets. Then we go into Day of Atonement and Feast of Tabernacles. And then Hanukkah, of course, is at the end of the year. So if you ever wondered how I do my monthlies, that's kind of how I set it up for this year. It just varies each year. Let's go to March and just flip through and see. I think I did this in my last one, my last video. So yeah, you'll see like some Purim scriptures in here because that was leading up to or during that celebration. And then I went right back into scriptures about Christ. So there is that. And then let's get into April. So this is my little deco for April. And then you just go right into it. So I did put the New Year, one of the New Year scriptures here at the beginning of April because I didn't have it here. So it would have been here, but I was like, you know what, just start the month off with that on there. So that's what I did there. And then it went right into scriptures about Christ. And then it would transition like here. It will start talking about Passover and stuff like that because it's leading up to that. So that was today's scripture, and then this for tomorrow. And then I'm writing Passover unleavened bread for that week. I'll write that at the bottom and then put the scriptures in there. So that's kind of how I'm doing that. I mean, I love A6 for scripture writing. It's literally the perfect size. Yeah, it's just perfect. It holds everything that I need, all the information that I need. It's tiny, so I've been carrying this thing around with me. When I'm at work, I just write my scriptures out. Yeah, it's just perfect. I love it. So yeah, that's kind of my update on all my planners. And then my memory keeping I have over here, and all this pile of hoopla over here, but I haven't done much with it. But it is still here, and I make sure that I'm going in and I'm putting like the pictures and stuff, even though I'm not like actively doing it right now. I'm keeping the activities, like this was our date night. Those were some of the cakes that we bought at the Asian market. There's all the snacks we got. So good. It was like an Asian themed date night. It was so fun. And then goes into April, which we haven't done much. I haven't done anything as far as a 30-day challenge. Let's see. And so any pictures, like probably from tomorrow, the track meet, probably from Passover dinner, all that will go in here. And then when Abby's for her birthday, all the stuff that we did, I'll put on this side. Even though we did it this week, more than likely I will put it here. And then if her mom sends me anything from them at the water parks, I will put that on there too. So that's kind of how I do that. I'm not fussing about the memory keeping only because I can sit down and run through that memory keeping so fast, and it's so enjoyable to be like, let me, you know, memory keep for the month of March, and then I'll just get it done, cutting out, pasting, watching YouTube videos, and chilling out. So I'm not worried about that. I don't feel like I have to keep up with that either. So that is it. That's my video. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.